Hello and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. Time for us to once again enter the Kingdom of Monsters. We open on September 5th in the home of a teenage girl, Tomoko, where she's talking to her friend Masami. Hey Tomoko, do you know about the cursed video? I mean, I think everybody does.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye.
Oh, of course, it's a rumor going around school. As such, here's a quick rundown of characters I haven't talked about before. First up, the Atom! Unlike our old great disaster stoppin' pal Ray Palmer, the Golden Age Atom's name is meant to be symbolic. He's a short guy with no superpowers who was trained by a boxer to punch people really, really hard. And just to give the middle finger to anyone who would make fun of his height, the dude's shirt opens up to show off his pecs. Or, you know, he has a terrible idea that Fran decides to go along with. She says she'll need some prep time for this, and soon Hana arrives and has a request of her own. We see some more cosmetic surgery she's done around the place, including this dude who either has tattoos or maybe parts of his skull are on the outside now? Oh, and a girl with massive breast implants, a dude with spikes all over his head, two friends who are literally sewn together, and yet this is still less horrific than what she did to Matsui earlier. Whose house do they sleep at? And finally it comes time for Katsura's surgery, and afterwards he meets with Hana again, where it's revealed that he is now a woman. And I am now a man! I am now a man! No, not doing it. What? The wings are a product of a mysterious metal that could negate gravity and allow him to fly, and star in embarrassing commercials.
My vision is not what it used to be.
At the bar of Guy Gardner, then former Green Lantern, and then former superhero named Warrior.
Load the spaceship with the rocket fuel. Load it with the worst.
Damn it, not that Warrior! Yeah? Was hungry. Coulda ate him. Too much work. Oh, come on, Perkins. You gotta have more of a can-do attitude if you want that raise. He listens to the phone call. Then I hear the voice on the other end of the phone.
Snub, it's Snub.
Next up is the Spectre story, which begins with a night watchman getting killed by some monstrous figure. Jim Corrigan was on the scene the next morning. Incredible! He was strangled by superhuman strength. Yeah, he was really strangled by those bullets in his chest. We see the figure killing more people each time there's a full moon. Jim, these moonlight murders have got to stop. Get the killer! I'll certainly do what I can. That night, another full moon. I'm watching you, Lunala. Jason comes in, ready to fight Freddy, but with his new powers, Freddy starts summoning up Jason's past victims to drag him down, ending issue 4. There are a few recognizable little fan service nods to past victims from his movies, but Freddy uses one of the disembodied hands to stab Jason through the back with his own machete. And to show off Jason's own badassery, he grabs the machete knife end first and pulls it through his own body to retrieve it. Freddy decides to quit while he's ahead, but this distraction allowed Ash to escape and get the Necronomicon. Freddy's still empowered by the book, though, making the forest come alive to attack him.
Miracle Grow worked too well.
Damn you, Krueger! Get out of my head and come up with your own ideas! I mean, come on! How many movies have you had in your franchise? You must have come up with some original ideas! I'm gonna rip that Thriller glove right off your hand and shove it up your pansy hat-wearing ass! I must have missed the part in Thriller where Michael Jackson fought Freddy Krueger. Anyway, the Sandman story. He and his love interest were driving along the road when they encountered a man who was 20 feet tall, and clearly also glowing based on that weird circle of light behind him. The 20-foot man collapses, dead, and Wesley Dodds finds a broken hypodermic needle on him. He might be a doctor, but I'm sure we would have heard of a doctor who was 20 feet tall.
Welcome to Sacred Heart, home of the world's most giant doctor.
So yeah, Thor and the Helicarrier emerge from a portal. I don't know, every time I see one of Greg Land's male characters in the screamy face like this one, I just imagine them making that weird yell from the Garzy's Wing DVD. Next month, the fun really begins when the Kickers discover there's a robot in my rose garden. The world outside your windows, my friends.